Parshas Vayetze starts with the famous psukim that Yankov came, Vayivga b'mokem vayolen shom kivu hashemesh. Vayetze. So we know that Rashi brings the Gemara from Brachos, where the Gemara says, Ein pegir elot filo. Shneimar al tispalli v'al tifga bi. Pegir is the lotion of tefillah. And why is it vayivga b'mokem? So the Bereshis Rabbah says, vayivga b'mokem lo mechavin shemoi shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'korin oisei mokem mipnei shehu mekom shel olam v'ein ha'olam mekom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the mokem which everything gets together, and it's not the other way around. There's a very, very interesting pshat from Yosef Soloveitchik on the usage, on the various uses of mokem. The Gemara says in Chagige, why Lomo Yecheskel Herech B'Nevuas Ma'ase Mekova Yishai Kitzer? Why is it that Yecheskel had a long harocha, spoke very long in the Ma'ase Mekova, and Yishai said everything b'kitzer? So he says, Ein doime ben ir le ben kfar. It sounds as if it was saying that Shaya was a bigger novi than Yecheskel. So therefore Shaya could say it b'ktzora. Yecheskel wasn't as big, so he had to make it to speak longer. Says Rabbi Shaber, different pshat. They lived in different times. Yecheskel and Yeshaya lived in different times. Yeshaya lived at the time when the Beis Hamikdash still existed. Yecheskel lived when there was no Beis Hamikdash anymore. And this is why, when we say in the Kedusha, we have two Lashonis in the Kedusha. One Lashon comes from Yeshaya, Kodesh, 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 Melocha Oretz Kavoide, because this is the time when the Mikdash was still standing, so it's Melocha Oretz Kavoide. At the time of Yecheskel, where the Mikdash wasn't standing anymore, it says, Baruch Hashem Mikoyma. Wherever the Kodesh Baruch Hu is, who is not anymore seen by everybody, he's behester. This is the time when HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not behester, it's Baruch Hashem Mikoyma. So, according to that pshat, it is understandable why Vayivga b'mokem has a special meaning for Yankov. We know that Yankov had a very difficult life. But we know in these parshas that we're going through now, he went through all the difficulties with Esav and having to go to Lavan. So he was meeting HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the middle of Mokem, of Hester. And this is why he made the tefillah of Arvis. Arvis is a mokem also, which is dark, which is difficult, which is complicated, which is challenging. Arvis is bimkoim hahora, bimkoim light, bimkoim openness. It's hidden. You're looking for things, and this is why it's a special source of Yankov that his tefillah is the basis of. The emunah is based on the tefillah of Yankov. The Mefarshim say also, why is it that Yankov B'chir Ovis, with all his chusim, his tefillah is the only one who's reshus? It's not chayva, because since the whole basis of Arvis is to be require emunah. We want if a tefillah the chiyuv, it should continue to forever. We want leoset love. There shouldn't be any need for emunah anymore. There shouldn't be any in the chashchus, any arovim anymore. This connects in a very interesting way to a special midah of Yaakov, which he inherited to the whole Aklonish Shel Yisrael. It says that Evan, Vayivnim Avni Amokim, so one of the Meforshim says very nicely that Evan is the combination of Av, Ben, Nechet. And we know that a lot of Shram say that the Yichus of Yaakov Avinu Bechir Ovis, that he was the only Zayder, which in the Torah is already connecting to his children to such an extent that Ephraim Kemenashe Keruvim V'Shimei Levi. He takes him in as kids. He's the only one of the Ovis who has that madrega. There are midrashim that say that Avrohom, there are midrashim that say that Zaydis had kesher, but in such a way that only Yaakov is the one. So he, with this approach, with this gisha, he had the approach that he has to build the future of the Ummah. Now, somebody who has such a belief is he believes that much more is possible than the person who only believes what he sees. So it explains very well in our parsha. There's a wonderful remes for the character of Yaakov. When we see when he meets Rochel, he be also the bikna. And it says twice in the Torah repeats the whole story twice, that all the Adorim went together and they were waiting for somebody. And then it says, when he comes and he says, why don't you start going? And he said, and this is the Amenoscha Balelis makes him do, you can't do this? I can. Amenoscha Balelis is the one that allows him to believe that Vayigal, he moved that huge stone as if it would be a little pebble, because he believed in his capability to conquer things which are impossible. When you look at when Medayik the Psukim in the Parshas, we see this character trait of Yaakov Avinu to be mamshech, and to be of the importance into the next parsha also, Vayishlach. When we see that he fights with the Malach cannot conquer him. He cannot beat him. He cannot win over him. What it says, Vayar ki lo yochol. Just like the peasant says, Lo nuchal, we cannot move that stone. When it comes to the fight between Yaakov and the outside is Vayar ki lo yochol. But then comes a bigger chiddush. When Yaakov does win the fight with the Malach, there could have been many words that could be used for that. Vayinotzach, all kinds of words. But the word that the apostle uses, Vatuchal. Ki soriso em Elokim v'anoshim. Why is the name of Yisrael? Ki soriso em Elokim v'anoshim v'tuchal. Tuchal is a very unusual word, but it's again the hemshech of loy nuchal v'yar ki lo yochol v'tuchal. We Yaakov Avinu showed that we have the midah of v'tuchal, of being able to resist. The famous word, I may have said it over because I heard it 20 years ago. It's a beautiful word from Mordechai Ezrachi, who asked the question, if the reason why his name is Israel, is Kisorisel Elikim Vanoshim. What's his success? His success is Vatuchal. Why don't you have a name which is similar to Tuchal? Why do you pick Kisorisel? And says the Mordechai, because the job, the mission, the task of us is to fight. To constantly prove to the world that there is no such thing like Nuchala. Baruch Hashem, now we are going through a kufa which normally everybody would have expected Israel to crumble. This doesn't exist. We are continuing to fight. But the winning, that's B'yad Hashem. That's only Hashem can help us to do. I want to finish my words with something which is connected to the Jahrzeit. It's a ma'aser which some of you may have heard it, but somebody just repeated it to me recently. I think it's very, very special. The Michael Ber Weissmandl, very known tzaddik, very known asken, he saved thousands and thousands of Jews during the end of the war from Czechoslovakia. He had lost the whole family when he had five sons before the war. When he had 5 sons again after the war, at the fifth of the bris of the 5th son, the Sat Meruv was there. So the Baruch Weissmandl got up and he says, "Mekadesh Shimcha ba'olam." I want to be Mekadesh, this your name ba'olam, in this world. Yeshem shemagdish ha'osam b'moram. Just like the 5 kids that I had are Mekadesh you up there. I want to be Mekadesh. And how does it continue? The Korah el Zev Omar. The 5 from there and the 5 from here speak to each other. Jahrzeit is a time when children speak to those who are Mekadesh Hashem b'moram, and the Neshama Aliyah.